Hey everybody, no intro today, sorry. It's been, until I get it fixed, it's been flagging my lives and then demonetizing them because of the intro. I need to attach the license again for it and all that jazz. And I've been lazy lately. Very lazy lately, like the last week. Today's winner is Lucy Cat. We got Luminous in for almost, but got the L. Second place is the first loser. Sorry, Aurora, Ray, HTC. Hey Poppy. Yeah, I know, super exciting. Hey Nanny. So, hey, I see you. I know, well, I haven't been going live over here and very much. Kind of been slowly trying to separate myself more and more. And today is another reason why. So once again, had another visit with CPS today. But of course, like usual, they haven't learned the 6 times previous to this. These people. We had a good run though. Good run. Over a year without CPS. So that's pretty good. Pretty good. Never had to deal with CPS in my life until I started YouTube. Anyways, yeah, we had a good laugh because of the allegations. This time, the allegations were that I'm on meth. Of all things, that just shows how much these people don't know me. Meth was, I guess you're gonna have to try better next time because that isn't even in the ballpark of the drugs that I used back in the day. Meth was not my drug of choice. I'm naturally kind of high strung a little bit as it is. I'm kind of just got weird. I kind of got anxiety. I know, Lucy. It's ridiculous. And you want to hear the other allegation? That my daughter's abused. My daughter cracked up and said, and this is her exact words. She goes, do I look like I'm abused? She goes, look at my room. I'm having the time of my life. That's exactly what she said. While she's playing her video game and got her computer open to one of her Twitch streamers and on a different device, playing her Fortnite on the TV. But they were here. This woman was here it was 10 minutes max this time. The first time though that this is the first time that I did a drug screen. Before, it's never been a thing. But today I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. It's just one of those mouth swab things. So irritating. I don't know how many times I have to tell people, why waste your time on these? Waste your time when there's actually kids like Bryson out there being abused. He's harassing me on a TikTok. Who is? Oh, Green Eyes? Yeah. I would be able to tell. No. It wasn't Green Eyes that did this. No. No. This was not Green Eyes. No. I've dealt with this CPS and these people. It's all the 666 crew. I've seen Green Eyes' posts and stuff. I've dealt with Green Eyes for almost 3 years too. People don't remember, he started harassing me before anybody. Back in October of 2021 was when Green Eyes started mysteriously calling me. And I thought it was Griff, the creator Griff, who hasn't been around. I don't think he's around anymore. But anyways, it took a long time to figure out who it really was. And he, at that time, Green Eyes had his Facebook up and he had pictures up. I have pictures of him somewhere. I know what he looks like. And I know the area of where he lives, too. He used to go by Daryl Jacobs on Facebook, but I'm not even sure that is his real name. But he did have multiple pictures on there. And he goes, he's always been like this. I've dealt with Green Eyes. He doesn't do that. He does not call CPS. He's not even as thick as people like 666. Yeah. Well, it's okay, Southern Soul. It's fine. It's become a part of it's kind of like my normal now. Except we did go on this time, the last time they had been here was March of last year. So, and the reason why I think that they came back this time, instead of just throwing the reports out like they've done before, like I was told by the guy, because he said that it was so clear that these people did not know who I was, that they didn't even, so they were tossing them out. He said there was lots of them. And once he had been here several times, he just stopped coming altogether. And nobody had been here since March of last year. It was like, it seemed like every 6 months somebody they would come out, because the calls never stop. The calls never stop, but they really don't check every single call out like they say. If they checked every single call out like they say, they'd be here like not every week, nonstop. They do have a vetting type process. But I don't know if it's like, after they get so many or what, I don't know. But they did come out today, and part of the reason I believe they came out was because the guy that was over it before, he doesn't work there any longer. So this lady is kind of new to my background as being on YouTube, so. But like I've said a million times, I don't have anything to hide. I had freaking was like, come on, have a seat. She pretty much followed me around the whole house. Like, I don't have anything to hide. I'm like, yeah, let's do a drug screen. People are so stupid. Couldn't even say anything like realistic, but had to say that my daughter's being abused and I'm on meth. Really? Anybody who really knows me knows that is not even anywhere near my drug of choice from the past. Everybody knows my problem was opiates. Get it right next time. There you go. But he put Fred's name on their report too. Like, are you married? I'm like, oh yeah, I am, but let me guess, they're probably saying stuff about him too. He's down in Tennessee. These people think they're gonna catch like Fred here or something. like we're lying or something that he's all the way in Tennessee. I know, Rhonda, but it's pretty easy. When you don't have anything to hide, it's not really... This thing, though, I had never done one of these urine screen things. It's not really even urine. It's not urine. It's a drug. It's like a swab thing that you put on the side of your mouth. And I didn't know. Like, I thought she was saying that this thing that's in the swab in my mouth was supposed to turn blue once it's like ready. No, it was like the end of this long stick that was supposed to turn blue. I didn't know. I kept pulling it out and being like, is it blue yet? Took forever. Took forever. It seemed like, I mean, yeah, it's like a thing that I didn't know. I'd never done one like that. I mean, those aren't very accurate, but I think that's kind of like, they go from there. If it comes back like anything, then they probably do more, maybe a blood draw or something. I don't know. I don't have anything to worry about, so I don't care. It's funny, though, that people call in and say I'm abusing my 16-year-old daughter, like physically abusing her. We have real children out here being abused, like Bryson, and his parents get a slap on the wrist, I'm not really annoyed about this. So they find Bryson. He's been at this compound pretty much the whole time, I guess, supposedly, in Logansport. And the parents are arrested, but guess they have their charges are nothing, guys. They're not going to get fucking anything for that. I promise you, they're misdemeanors. His charges are both misdemeanors. Domestic battery is a misdemeanor, Class A misdemeanor in Indiana. Obstructing justice is a Class B. That holds up to 6 months in jail. This doesn't even make them felons, guys. She gets obstructing justice. She's not going to get anything. The mother's not going to get anything. That's going to be dropped to she might have to pay a fine. Unless they tack on some charges on top of that, they're getting nothing. Nothing's going to happen. Unless something else comes out about it. Something else was like found in a raid. Now they do have no bond. The judge just recently, within the last, it was 1:00 this afternoon, that they had their court date. And they, of course, the judge ruled that they were a flight risk and got no bond. But don't get too excited. They're not going to be out there. How long do you think they can hold somebody on, especially Kristen, on a Class B misdemeanor? They're going to be out within a week. Easily. Especially Kristen. They're not going to do any type of jail time, like any real jail time. They're not going to get any type of jail time off this. I guarantee you. With their past, I looked up their records. They don't have any serious past records, really, besides traffic offenses. They're not going to get anything. Kind of makes me wonder, this organization, even Pastor Dow came on and, who is the head of the Tennessee location. And he did a few lives this morning, and even said that Pastor Muir has the backing of the whole organization. He said it himself. They'll work something out. These people have money. They'll get a lawyer that will be able to work with the judge one-on-one. I remember dealing with, back in 2011, I think it was, when I got that possession of marijuana. Well, I didn't do the stuff that was required by the courts, and I had a warrant. This is from 2012, and it stuck with me for 7 years. it just basically, I knew that they weren't going to come and get me in West Virginia. It was a misdemeanor. They don't go over state lines. They don't barely go over county lines for a misdemeanor. And so, yeah. And then, of course, once I got clean and stuff, which was soon after that arrest, I was kind of worried because I was trying to figure out a way to handle it. But anyways, I was pulled over in Indiana on the way to the airport. And Jim, I didn't even have to see a judge. Jim got a lawyer, and the lawyer was in good with the prosecutor and the judge, and they talked, and they let me out, and gave me a court date. So nothing's going to happen to them unless there's some kind of other serious charges that come out because of it, like after talking to Bryson and stuff. But that's crazy to me that they don't even have any, none of the charges are even a felony. Ridiculous. Man that committed third-degree felony for messing with and essaying a minor, guess what? The state gave him was no jail and 4 years probation. Yeah. People see domestic battery and think that it's a felony, but no, this is a misdemeanor in Indiana. Is a Class A misdemeanor, punishable not to exceed $5,000 fine and 1 year in jail. The law defines domestic battery as intentional touching in a rude, insolent, or angry manner causing injury that requires the parties have a domestic relationship. Domestic battery is generally Class A misdemeanor, punishable by a term of no more than a year and or a fine not to exceed $5,000. However, domestic battery can be treated as a felony under certain circumstances, including the battery results in moderate serious injury. Okay, so how come there's no serious domestic battery with aggravated? They need aggravated charges here. So they might be lucky and get his up to a D felony. But she doesn't. She just has obstruction of justice, which is nothing. But I am glad that they have to sit there for a short time. Hey, Diana. People call DCS on people that don't need to be called on, and then the ones that have DCS called on about don't do anything. I know, right? But I have had a long stretch without them here, so. And really, kind of in a way, it's funny because each and every time I can just, show proof that these people, when nothing comes of it, nothing's came up. All these calls that they've called over the last 3 years since I've been on YouTube, nothing has ever came of it. They come once and then I never see them again until they decide to come out for the next call, which, if you don't think they have calls, you think that this is the first call since March of last year, you're freaking crazy. They get them constantly, the guy told me. And it's really ridiculous, actually, that people would waste the time of agencies that actually, these people know that my daughter's not being abused for a fact. Okay, maybe not for a fact, but they are making that up. Why would you call DCS and say my daughter is being abused? Hey, Juniper. Susan Smith may get paroled. I know. That's what I was thinking, Luminous, because Bryson's under, he's a child, he's a minor, it should be higher charges than just regular domestic battery. So we'll see, though. It's very possible they could change. But kind of on another hand, I'm like, is this organization, it makes you wonder with all the police corruption we've seen, could they have arranged something with police, law enforcement? Did they come to some agreement with law enforcement or bribe law enforcement in some way, or I don't know. All right, Lucky Lou. So tired of these people in here. There's nothing but miserable piece of shit. I know. Did they like her response? Who? Caitlin's? Oh yeah, she laughed. When Caitlin said, "Does it look like I'm abused? I'm having the time of my life here." It was freaking hilarious. Count on my daughter to get people laughing. She's pretty hilarious. She just gets like irritated. She's like, why do they keep coming here? She's like, I am so tired of it. She's just, I was sleeping and the dog wouldn't quit barking and barking and barking. And I was like, what the heck? Because usually they bark all the time, but this was continuous. And so I finally eventually got up and Kate was like, yeah, there's some lady, I think it's CPS or whatever out there. She's got a clipboard. I'm pretty sure it's CPS, and she won't stop knocking. And I looked out and she looked right at me and I just waved to her. I said, I need to get my pants on because I have clothes on. So, but yeah, it was a new girl that I'm guessing she's new. Well, I know crimes. I asked her, I'm like, there's got to be something they can do about this. And that's what sucks about the guy not still being there, because he was well aware of what I was been dealing with on here, So I'm sure they have records of it. She's a creep pushing that you're on drugs. I would think, as obsessed she is with me, that she would know that meth is has never been an issue for me. It probably is somebody. It could be. I don't know. Who knows? It could be freaking. Who knows the report that they actually. It's silly. She was actually laughing when she asked me so you're not on methamphetamine then? Like, no. I said, yeah, and I said, I'll do it. Urine screen. Let's do it. But I didn't know it was a swab thing. I thought it would be urine screen or whatever, or I didn't know. I know, Fred, but it is what it is. Like, when you're not doing anything wrong, you don't really have, it is an annoyance, like, but it is funny because it's like, well, once again, the Zigster with another win. And the haters take an L, like always. Like, how many L's do they have to take before they realize they're full of shit? If you have to make up stuff to try to get somebody in trouble, or if you have to lie about somebody or spin things around to get somebody in trouble, then you're obviously in the wrong. You should never have to lie. If you are being truthful and standing in truth, and if you have real concerns, why would you ever have to lie? I mean, the last one before this one was they had said I was walking around town on drugs, just like a crazy woman, just walking around the town, walking around all delirious out of my mind. Just like, it's actually comical with some of the things they come up with. Oh, really? That he was drinking beer in a grocery store and all he had was a canned water? What's this have to do with PG? And what is going on with PG? I've heard it through the grapevine that she deleted her Facebook, and something about a comment in Daisy's chat about a woman claiming to know who she is. And now PG's like MIA. I don't know. That's what somebody told me, that she had quit. I don't know what's going on with her. What's the truthful about PG? PG needs to be truthful. Where did you know what I mean? There's posts with her proving that she knew Allie before Summer went missing. Hey, Mama B. Yeah, we're supposed to be a community that is for the children. These are people that claim, more than likely people calling in is, claim to be here for exposing and doing, it's like they're trying to act like they have some kind of cause. You don't have a fucking cause besides you're trying to make content out of nothing. It's all a way for them to make money. Exactly, Scarlett. Exactly. No need to just make up shit. There's plenty. Thank you, Terry. Shit. I didn't mean to say somebody. I just said somebody's name. Anyways, thank you for the Cashapp. And they want me to do a reading for them later. So, actually, about the hurricane. Thank you so much. I don't want to say who that was because I just said their real name. But if they don't care. Hey, Chloe. But that's exactly right, Scarlett. There's plenty on people. If you're like PG, there's a million things you could talk on PG. You don't need to freaking lie and make up stuff, And she doesn't need to, but she's really bad about lying and making up things, along with a lot of people on this, the majority. They try to say that about me over and over and over again, acting like I just like, but I see why now. Have you guys seen this, what came out over on Queen Bees about T-Rev? I cannot believe that. That is unreal. But I told you guys, I know of T-Rev because he's from my area. And he's friends with people I know. And they are the biggest pieces of shit in this world. They are part of that whole men going against women group. They hate women. They're the type that feel like they're above women. Kind of like Bryson Muir's parents or father in that religious organization. It really reminds me a lot of that men going their own way group. And so I knew when that guy came out that he had to be bad news with the people that I know him to be associated with. I mean, these people are like, oh my God. The people, I heard he owes like thousands and thousands, like ridiculous amount of child support. The same people that he hangs out with are like that. And yeah, all wannabe rappers and stuff like that. Biggest pieces of shit. I'm sorry, T-Rev, but they are. So, but did you guys hear what the proof that came out there, that he set up a fake caller? People like this, like seriously, as soon as somebody does something so disgusting like that, and there's proof, which there is absolute proof because the person who was in on it with them, the caller, came out with text messages between him and T-Rev. And the person, I guess this guy called in acting to be a friend. His name was supposed to be Rick. And he claimed to be a high school friend of Madeline Soto's stepdad. And then tried to say, oh, he used to come on to 8, 9-year-olds when we were in high school. All kinds of crazy accusations. And the whole time, T-Rev knew it was a freaking lie. Can't be a chat right now because yes, I heard about that little episode with T-Rev. Yeah, Rick Armstrong. Yeah. Seriously, guys, it's really, I mean, there's damning evidence against T-Rev. It's bad. The only thing he could claim is, which is possible, is edited text or, but if you keep trying to, when somebody's determined to expose you and they know that you're lying, if he tries to say that it's edited, I mean, they'll figure out ways. You can show your text messages live. You could do a screen recording and show them live. Maybe just show the last like part of the phone number so people who know his phone number would know, yeah, that's him. But it's really bad. Like, he straight up asked somebody to pretend to be a friend of Madeline Soto's stepdad, and these outrageous claims, and I mean, they kept this going, from my understanding, for a while. It's just gross. It's freaking disgusting. I'm sorry, that is like the most horrible thing you can do. Like, on here, on this platform. I can't think of anything much more disgusting to do as a creator than to falsely, try to come up with some kind of act like you got some kind of damning evidence. What would they do? Like, this guy's been reached out to by, like, News Nation, hasn't he been? What if they would have reached out to him about this Rick Armstrong that he had on panel? Yay! Thank you, Diana. We'll do that. We'll count that towards a reading for you too. I don't know if you're paying for maybe a couple readings or something. But thank you so much, Diana. Yeah, I think that maybe he thinks, oh, well, this guy's a piece of shit, and who cares to make him look like more of a piece of shit or whatever. But that's just so wrong on so many levels. Like, you're supposed to be about true crime and the truth. And for the children, you sitting there acting like you're all about God. It's disgusting. It just gets me so freaking fired up. That shit was really pissing me off because you know what? What's going to happen? Everybody's going to forget about it. And this is nothing personal against T-Rev because, it could be anybody. It could be anybody. But watch. Everybody will forget about it. And it seems like when it comes to people who are actually shady and doing this stuff, they get by with it forever. And they're just like the greatest thing ever. And then when you're actually being honest and try to do the right thing, then you're always, for some reason, people are just so determined to prove that you're not the person you say you are. And that's what's been going on for 3 years with 666. And that's why CPS was at my house again today with false allegations that they know had to be part of them. They had to have known for absolute fact were not true. I know, and I don't want to like attack the guy, or I'm not trying to, it's not about him at all, because I don't even hardly know him. I know of him. I've never met him in person that I know of. He could have very well been at places. Because I'm pretty sure that he's from the east side of Indianapolis. If I would guess an area, with the friends that I know he has, they're east side. I'm guessing he's east side Indianapolis. That's what people need to get passionate about, is people, they act like they're passionate about the truth, and they act like they care about people calling in false claims and, setting up these false interviews and stuff. But it just seems like when you have absolute proof of it, for some reason, people, I don't get it. People will still back him. Like, I already know. And I saw some of the posts he was posting yesterday during Queen Bee's, and this is not like, oh, maybe he did it, or this is not like, rumors, and we're just gonna put allegations out there. No, there's absolute proof that T-Rev was a part of it, and it's sickening. I thought I was about to turn it but I was just like fast forwarding through, or kind of like rewinding and fast forwarding through Queen Bee's live, because I just wanted to see the proof, and and then they posted the screenshots of the messages between this guy that goes by Smoke, I guess, and the Smoke guy, he's not right either, but that's needless to say. You know, it's not just, but people are, of course, going to, you know, kind of be harder on T-Rev because he's the one denying it and he's the one with a bigger platform. And some people I could see saying that maybe that he took advantage of the guy because the guy has autism. And I don't know if that would actually, how that would affect him with like social relationships as far as like online. But the way he acted, the smoke guy acted, it was like he, in a way, kind of worshipped T-Rev. Or I think that he was doing it to try to get views for his own channel, you know? Because if you do become friends with a bigger creator, it does help your channel. And a lot of people know that. Amos, did you give me the shirt that says I'm Ziggy doing Ziggy things? I've been wearing it since yesterday because I hadn't wore it to bed. I still haven't taken a shower today. And I wore it to bed and woke up to CPS here. And I had it on. I said, see? I do YouTube. I'm Ziggy. Thank you so much. Here, let me see here. I'm Ziggy, doing Ziggy things. So, thank you so much. I showed it yesterday, but I thought it was you because I remember you saying something to be on the lookout on the 1st. Did Diana see that I said thank you for her? Let me see if Diana responded. I just want to make sure she knows. Diana's she's a really good person. Overall. Smoke said that T-Rev promised he would help him build his channel with subscribers if he would do it. Yeah. Where does the... No, you're good. Aw, love you guys. I love you too. Thank you so, so much. I've been watching a lot of Gypsy Rose lately too. That's interesting. I wish I could go live and talk about other things with you, but every time I do, like nobody shows up. Like the Bryson thing, but it doesn't matter because I'm trying to kind of slowly back away from this community anyways, and it's nothing. It's just this is another here. Let me see here. Yep. I'm not lying. See, Ziggy always has proof of everything. I'm not going to hold it up there too long to, because these people, let's screenshot it. And let's, they already know my address. So, but I just don't want somebody at the office of CPS to get harassed. That's the only thing I care about. At least I know if these people are on me that they're leaving other people alone that can't handle the shit. Because there is people who unalive themselves because of this type of harassment. I was watching a Smiley. Now this was a child, so it's a different child. Children are much, let me see. Oh, yeah. I'll have to look for let me see if I could find, I know I have pictures of, and he's going to get mad at me for doing this, but if he would stop freaking I wouldn't even have to be thinking of Green Eyes if he wasn't putting out such a bunch of, and which is so obvious. He looks like he's like bipolar or something and having some kind of manic episode, because like he's like two different people. Let me see. Green Eyes. I'm going to my Green Eyes folder and see. Screenshot. Here's, that's so blurry. Okay, here's one. His face is covered. You got to oh, shit. No, I don't want that one. Oops. Why is my... Hold on. Here's, so I have years and years of freaking recordings of this dude. Listen. We'll just choose a random one of, let's see what he's saying in this one. This is Green Eyes. Back in, let's see, what's the date of this one? Hold on, let me see the date. People don't understand how long this guy's been harassing me. 12/26. I don't know this. It doesn't say the date. Or hold on. It says 2 years ago. Okay, so 2 years ago.
Get your goddamn grip on the fucking panel. Get your goddamn bitch ass beanie on the motherfucking panel. And then I will call your motherfucking ass back and show you how fucking stupid you are, bitch.
There's one of them. I have, oh my God, you guys, so many recordings saved. I would never answer a phone and he would put these on my, I wouldn't even listen. So I haven't even heard a lot of these.
Come on the panel and talk about your fucking crack addiction. No wonder you be on them lives for 10 hours. Then you got a green card husband too.
So that was 2 years ago, because that's when I talked about my situation with that.
So you like to bash senior citizens like prayer garden all day for 10 hours, huh? Make sure you tell your fucking police buddies you go run and cry to what you do all fucking night, how you bash old senior citizens, because that's a fucking charge itself, terrorizing the elders. Go ahead, you dumb fucking cunt, bitch. Don't nobody give a fuck with you.
Okay, so here, let me email I'm going to send this picture to... The picture I found is only, like, his whole face is covered. I need to find... I've surely got another one somewhere. I'll look later for more, but here, I'll show you guys one of them. I have to send it to myself. This is... And it's not a good picture. You can't really tell anything. He made sure to cover his face when he took pictures and stuff like that. But one picture of his, you could tell that he has, and I'm not being offensive. It's just the truth. And I have pictures of his kids too. Oh, here's one of him. Here's another one. Can't see it very well. Screenshot that one too. Then when you blow up the pictures, you could see that the license plates say South Carolina. He used to go by Daryl Jacob from South Carolina. The cars in his pictures had South Carolina. I got those screenshotted. He doesn't want me freaking talking about this stuff, then he probably better stop lying on me. Because all this does is bring the spotlight on who is this, who is he? Okay, here we go. I emailed him to myself. And I'll also text those to the people interested. Hold on, let me actually. Here's one picture of him, and it's not. I'm telling you, you can't hardly see anything. He has a messed up eye. One eye goes. So his eyes are like. It's not cross-eyed, but one eye. It's like, I don't know if he has a fake eye in one of them or something, but they don't match. Here's one. He has a goatee. Or hold on, that's not the, I wanted to show, right. Here's one picture. He has his face completely covered. You can't even see his eyes, but his eyes are messed up. He has one eye that's normal and another eye. I don't know what happened, if he has a glass eye or what, but one eye is kind of, yeah, lazy eye. Let me go ahead and show this last one. I have one more. And I'll send these to the person who asked in just 1 second. Plus, I'll send you another one that I'm not going to show on here because it kind of has a license plate in it. Come on, open up. It's moving too slow for my liking. There we go. Here's another really, all his pictures he posted in black and white. So it's really hard to, I had a really good one where you could see his eyes. And I need to find that one. Here's one. And these are from, let's see, the date on this Facebook post, 2019. 1 second. So like I said, they're not good quality pictures, but you get an idea of what he looks like. Oh shit, that's not what I wanted to do. Just trying to send him to somebody and got one more to send. Hold on. All right. Yeah, in one of the posts I sent to the person that was asked, you could see, if you look, that it comes from Facebook, and you can see where he was calling himself Daryl Jacob. So, yeah, I don't know, guys. He can be super nice and decent person, but he can also be very manic. If you talk to him and stuff, he'll calm down, but he can sound super scary. He did scare me. I told him he couldn't believe, he felt bad that he scared me. Actually, he actually said he felt bad that he scared me. But he did. He scared me worse than probably anybody, because I was very new. He started calling me. I didn't know who this guy was. He got my phone number from YouTube, somebody doxing me. And he just started calling and calling and calling and threatening me. And this was like in October of 2021. And this guy nobody knew who he was. And I was playing these recordings on all these voicemails left by him and these calls by him and stuff. And I mean, he would call my phone back to 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 back. And I would block him and he would get another number, And one day I talked to him. I'm like, why are you, doing this? And then I was down in Tennessee. It was the first time I went to Tennessee, and I answered the phone. I'm like, why are you doing this? And we actually talked for like an hour, and it kind of subsided and stuff. But then, he just gets like this sometimes. Young, he's probably in his mid to upper. He could be anywhere from 35 to 40, probably. Got to go if you don't acknowledge my pup poodles. What? No, he's a man. His name's posting all day long. And the stuff that he's making posting that I saw didn't even make sense. He put something talking about Mr. Foreskin. Who the fuck is Mr. Foreskin? And then it's so weird. He said Ziggy Hill and then put a bunch of stuff that I have no idea what he's talking about. Seriously. And then at the end, and then halfway through, starts talking about the Sebastian case. What the hell? It's like he started the post with, it didn't make sense. It's not even worth even showing because this guy, he's having a mental health episode here. But yeah, I don't know. For us girls, 35 to 40 is young. Yeah, we got to remember, too, those guys, that those pictures are, like, from 5 years ago. So he's going to be, he could be a little bit over 40 at this point. But it gives you an idea, kind of. People keep asking, act like it's a mystery. I know who he is. I've dealt with him since, know who he is. As far as looking into I haven't really checked out the Daryl Jacob name too much. And in South Carolina to see if I find anything. But yeah, in his Facebook, there's there's several cars and the license plate says and many of them said South Carolina. So that's the area where he's from. And he has a daughter too. I know. Who's Summer's age. According to him is what he told me. And there are pictures of a young girl on his Facebook that I have. Yeah, he's coming off like manic to me. But I know he's going to be pissed. He gets mad every time I freaking say anything. But he sits there and he can put out whatever he wants about me and expects it to, nothing in return. Let me send that one. That one's without the. So I guess I should post those posts on my community wall for anybody who's interested, right? Since he wants to, I don't know. I don't like doing that shit, honestly. I usually just freaking leave people alone if they leave me alone. But I know Green Eyes. He'll go on his merry way. Well, he gets obsessive. He was fixated on me for very many months back in 2021, 2022. Then he moved on to Jody Sue. He thought I was friends with Jody Sue. I remember he started harassing me the day I had Jody Sue was on my panel the night before for the first time. So you know this had to have been before December of 2021 or January of 2022. I mean, because that's the first time I went to Tennessee. And when I did, I saw Jody Sue's behavior. It's like, she is very sus. And she was never on my panel again. But he called me the day after she was on his panel for the first time. And he just, oh my God, his voice was like, he sounds scary, you know. He sounded, at the time it was like kind of scary. I'm like, who is this dude? I was new to YouTube. He thought that I was buddies with Jody Sue. And that's why he was attacking me, because he thought, oh, I was in on something with Jody Sue. He just gets these things in his head and just doesn't let go of them. He's probably blocked. I think he is. I was going through the block list the other day and I remember seeing, but I'm sure he has multiple. So I just wanted to come on real quick and talk about what happened today. And I wish people would realize like what they do, their actions and calling, you know, CPS and stuff and making up false claims. What does that tell to this person? What does that tell you? Does that make you feel like you're right? Because I know I don't have to lie about anything. And I don't have to lie about anything about my life. I'm not, when you are honest, you don't have to worry about what you say or, oh my God, CPS going to come by. But the thing that sucks about it is like the wasted resources. And there's kids like Bryson out there and others who are actually being abused. And these, I mean, to put that my daughter's being abused in a report, that's ridiculous. That is so crazy. What would make anybody think that my daughter's being abused? Yeah, he'll be friendly, and then me and him were cool for the longest. People don't understand it because he really, really terrorized me. Bad. But, you know, I recognize I try to look at things through people's perspective and put myself in their shoes, and I feel like the guy has mental health issues. Doesn't make it okay, but, and I don't feel like he's dangerous. I just feel like he's a lot of talk. At this point, I used to think he was dangerous. But he'll send death threats and everything. Right, Mohawk Mom? Exactly. She runs for TM every time careers start talking about her. I don't understand that relationship because Jody Sue's not like she doesn't seem like the type to have many friends that are women. You know what I mean? She doesn't seem to be the type that would really have like many friends because of her personality. Like, she's so bland. You know, she's always she never smiles. She never hardly laughs. It's always this monotone. It's depressing. She'll never message you and be like, ask you how you're doing. It's always about her, always, constantly. I guarantee, I don't know, Tiffany Marie is just using her as some kind of, for content, I guess, to be, these people act like they have to have a side, you know? Right. I know. It is for entertainment, Sage. But it's okay because for a lot of people on here, because they don't look at me as like I'm online, and they don't see, it's not their life, being affected. It's just fun for them. I think they think it's fun to watch stuff play out online. I had one CPS visit like a year and a half ago that I didn't even tell anybody, because it's like, it's happened so many times, and it's like, should I even say? I wondered if I should even say anything today, because it doesn't matter whether I do or I don't. It still continues, and I've become so used to it in a way that, yeah, I've become so used to it in a way that I just like, it's become my normal life, basically. So, anyways, guys, Gypsy Rose is live, guys.
I'm blonde again.
She's on loop though.
The highlights do look good though. Like, I didn't complain or anything because I did like the blonde highlights. Oh, thank you, Lizzie, for the galaxy.
So the more interesting one to watch is Ryan. That guy, poor guy. So in love. Yeah, I'm sure PG is not really gone, but she was having a boob malfunction the other day. What? Right, Rhonda? Yeah, I was watching. Did you know that her mom, Gypsy Rose's mom, had a procedure done on her where they took out her saliva glands because her mom tried to make the doctors think that she was drooling. And so now she has constant dry lip or dry mouth. I can't imagine. That is crazy. This just, ugh. Yeah, I don't know what to think about her. I go back and forth. I am going to have to go here, though, and get some things done. I will be back, and I'll do readings tonight because I see a couple people are wanting one. See, Well, I can't even watch the show. I just watch people's recaps on it, on the Gypsy Rose thing, because I just think it's, I don't like the whole, what's it called? Like this, as soon as she gets out of prison, it's like constant, publicity, and going to New York to have interviews, like literally within days of her being out, and here she's going to these places but she's saying that she didn't ever want to be famous, and she doesn't want this, and she just wants a normal life. But she puts herself out there, you can't just say, oh my God, it just happens. Which in a way, people are very curious about her life, and there are going to be people always interested in what's going on with her. But it wouldn't be as this bad if she wasn't making her rounds and, doing the shows and doing these podcasts and television stations. And she does, it is really the only way she can make money. I think she should have first had maybe some kind of treatment. Waited like some time, at least a few months, to go on TV and stuff. And she got married right out of the gate. So I was about to say, but she had to make money. To me, it sounded like her parents were all for her staying. Her father was all for her, supporting her if he needed to, and her staying there. So she's married. Yes. She's going through a divorce already. She was married in prison like a year and a half or 2 years ago. I think it's a year and a half ago. Was out for I forget what month she got out. Does anybody remember the month she got out? For some reason, I'm thinking, is it March? And here we are, July, March. Okay, so April, May, June, July. 4 months. Is that how long she's been out? Let's see. When was Gypsy Rose Blanchard's out date from prison?
According to Spectrum News, she was released from prison on December 28th after serving 85% of her 10-year sentence after being convicted of plotting to
December
murder her mother,
28th.
Dee Dee Blanchard.
So that's a few more months. December 28th. Okay, so 7 months now. But this circus has been going on for a while, and you have to think production and editing of the television show and stuff. This was like immediate. She's on camera. Immediate. We're filming the life of Ryan and Gypsy. Well spoken, and considering all that she went through as a child, she is still comfortable in front of camp around Christmas. She did make her ex-fiance jealous. That whole thing is just weird. I hear that her current boyfriend, that was her ex, there's a rumor, I saw a post, I don't know if you guys saw it, from a Steve Wood, who said that he wanted his stuff back, and that when is Gypsy gonna tell everybody she's pregnant, and that she trapped Ken by getting pregnant. And yeah, it's pretty much, it seems like a lot of people are saying she's pregnant and just has not put it out there. And a lot of people, that's going to cause like a whirlwind of people like freaking out because of what happened to her mother, you know? So how is she going to be as a mother is what people are going to be thinking. And and this guy said too, he said Ken used to tell me how he didn't want a family. He was scared to have a family with you because he didn't know what kind of mother you would be. Yeah, this guy, and he's like, when are you going to tell the world that you're pregnant and trap Ken? Did you guys see that? Can she get pregnant? Oh yeah, I'm sure she lied about. I'm sorry, I would be creeped out by that Ryan dude too. I'd be creeped out by either one of them. I guarantee that's going to cause problems later on down in the relationship. Once she starts to think like what kind of person writes somebody in prison who murdered their parent and is interested in them in a love relationship. Like, what was this Ken dude thinking, reaching out to her? Supposedly, his mom, I watched a video of Ken's mom on TikTok saying that it was that Ken just has a big heart and he reached out to Gypsy because he just really felt bad for her situation and it just developed from there. Ryan guy said that he did lose one of his jobs, his special at a Christian school because he was dating Gypsy. All right, guys, I'm gonna go, but I'll be back later on Empress. So thank you guys so much for hanging out, and thank you to Luminous and Diana so much for your. Well, one of they might be for readings, but still, I'm still very grateful. Anyways, I will talk to you all later.